Still love, blah, 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 blah,
What up? iAccess Radio, what up? It's your boy Big Rich.
What up, Rich?
AKA the Love Doctor, AKA the Love Guru. Yes, sir, I'm in the building. I feel like I ain't been up here in a minute, man.
Yeah, it's been a minute, man.
Yeah, man, but I'm here though, I'm here. We gotta talk about a couple of things, man. A couple of things I want to talk about. First thing I want to talk about is about this voting. We gotta vote, Al. This guy is really going crazy. I was watching something this morning where allegedly he had said something about the soldiers. And families are coming out now speaking on it like, how can we vote for somebody who disrespects the military soldiers who's fighting for us, Al? It's like they said allegedly he made a statement about the soldiers are punks who didn't make it back and stuff like this. Al, when you start talking crazy like that for the people who vote for you, for the people who serve for you, it makes me feel like you don't have no respect for the people and the families, for the people who are overseas and who's fighting these wars and they're home, worried about what's going on with their loved ones, and then for you to say something, disrespectful like that. I mean, it's just, to me, it's really crazy, Al. It's like, I don't get how this man, and I'm hearing more people, more and more, saying that with the situation of these stimulus packages. Now, he's smart with what he's doing now because he's putting them right around the time where it's time to vote. And it makes you feel like, okay, this man is doing something for us. I heard yesterday an argument between two co-workers, and I'm just sitting there listening because I want to bring this to the air today, that these people are really actually saying that this man should get 4 more years. They're saying that, what did Obama do for the hood? Obama didn't give anything back. These people are really believing in what this man are telling people. I mean, it's getting close to voting time. They were saying how right now, because of this COVID, it's going to be hard for people to get in there and get their votes in the right way. This is part of a plan, Al. This is a plan that they're saying that people are not going to be able to get to the polls because they're going to have so many different situations where it's going to be hard to get to the polls, where people are not going to be able to vote online. And this whole thing, to me, I hate to say it, is nothing but a setup, yo. I mean, I'm looking at the whole picture now. I want you to just look at the whole picture with the COVID and all this, giving the first stimulus, giving the second stimulus. It's all, to me, starting to be like really crazy to me. I mean, what's your thoughts on it?
So let's start with the comment that Trump made, right?
Right.
So first and foremost, he's saying that he didn't say that.
Mm-hmm.
But what he is saying is he's for those, right, that actually fought the war and came back home.
Mm-hmm.
So in other words, he's causing a division between our troops already and the government. Why would you make a statement like that? So they referred back to the statement that he made against McCain. And he says in his mind that McCain is not a real war hero because he was captured.
Right.
You know, I'm like, how idiotic is that? I mean, in order for you to be involved in a war, there's going to be casualties of war.
Right.
Okay, and that's always through the history. So either he don't understand what the history of war is and the dynamic of what a war really truly is, because again, in order for there to be a successor in war, there has to be casualties. Right? So those who fought on the other side, even those who fought on the side that won, they are casualties. Okay, so for him to try to separate soldiers and say those who lost their lives during that time are not heroes, then something is really wrong with him, and that lets us know and gives us the ability to see the mindset of this individual who so-called is supposed to be the head of our country, right? And again, as president, first and foremost, he was elected for the people, by the people. So his job should be for the people, by the people. So any of his personal opinions, any things that he feel that is in his heart should really be secondary when it's based on what are you doing for the people of this country. Right? So now we talk about these stimulus packages. So, and I said this in the beginning, I said first and foremost, when he send this money out, and we accept that money, okay, it's going to be taxed on another level, and you're going to wind up paying that money back out of your taxes. That's number one. Number two, right? We understand that he's gearing up for this campaign from the door. So his campaign managers gave him a strategy and said, look, if you take some of the surplus money, put it back out there in the community, especially those communities where you know you need the vote, right? Because without that, you're not going to win this election. So, of course, all the areas that are getting money where the people that normally won't vote for him, okay, when they go to the polls, the first thing that's going to come to their mind is COVID, this pandemic, what they're going through, Black Lives Matter, and then all of a sudden, well, Trump did this for us. As a brainwash technique, a ploy to get them to vote. So when they do, the first thing you're going to do is hit that Trump ticket. Boom. Now he's back in for another 8 years, and now you're going to see another 4 years, and then we're going to see his true colors. Okay? One thing that I've been saying, and I think people really need to look at the history, when Trump started running for president, when he was doing his presidential campaign, was the time that we started seeing from the door the bias and racism that truly exists in our country. There were people at those campaign services that were disrespectful to each other. There were fights. There were racial slurs. There were all kinds of stuff going on.
So as I was watching the interview, Joe Buttons was talking about he has his own podcast station. And me and you talked about this many times. Us being owners of a podcast radio station, like the regular radio station on the air, was getting more sponsors and all that because of there was the only thing that was on the air that could get sponsored.
No longer the case.
Right.
Okay.
So now he was explaining that, I'm going to give you an example. I just want to use somebody for an example. Say Pepsi was giving the radio station $10,000 a week for their airtime. Now they're saying, well, we're only offering you $4,000 or $5,000 a week. And the radio station saying, well, we can't live off of that. Right? So they're looking at the podcast cameras like us, shows and radio stations like us, and say, well, we'd rather give it to y'all because y'all are the future of radio right now. And that's where the sponsorships are coming on. And this is what the whole thing was about. He was explaining that he was telling other people, I don't want to name the other people, but another major voice, that you need to get your own. Stop working for the peoples. And when we came up with this idea of this podcast radio station, this is one of the things that you were saying basically, you know, we're going to get the sponsorships, we're going to get this, and we're going to be the voice and the music of the future. Now, when you, like I said, when we sat down as the four partners and we talked about this, the picture that you had, I had painted a picture, but you took over the picture as far as the painting. And
So let me explain to it.
Oh,
I'm on the same page with you.
You're not on the same page. You're not on the same page.
No,
when I'm talking, and all of a sudden
but
you jump in and say, "Let me tell you something."
But let me clear it up for them so they understand where we at. So I'm gonna tell everybody this idea for iAccess Radio was Big Rich's idea.
No, we're not talking about that.
Let me show you. But let me finish. Let me show.
Oh,
right.
Man.
So Rich had an idea. He had a vision. He had a picture. Right. But the picture that he presented.
Wait. Let me put it back over there to you now.
Okay.
Wait. Let me put it back over there to you. Now let's start with wait.
Okay.
Wait, what's going on with my page? Okay, let's start it back over.
So like I said, you had a vision. You had an image or idea of what you felt the radio station should look like.
Right.
But when you presented the vision, it was in black and white. Right? You gave it to me, and I colorized it.
Okay.
I put some Panavision on it, right? Some RGB, right? Some CMYK, and I colored it, right? And made it beautiful with still my vision, your vision, the whole team's vision, and we're pushing this thing forward, making it a vehicle with a big engine that's going to be awesome when we finish putting everything into play.
Right. Now, once again, so let's go. One of the things I want to talk about as we talk about that, as we start adding the shows to the station. Now, one of the things that I don't never do is listen to the shows. For some reason, I might click in a show here and there, watch a show here and there to see what's going on.
But that's sad because I told you when we started, Rich, you got to watch all the shows.
Okay.
Right?
True. You did.
Yeah.
You did.
Thank you.
But every once in a while, I click into a show. But one show that I'm not just singling out the show, but there's this one show that caught me for the last couple of weeks, and that's Hood to Hood.
Right.
Joey
Gold, Nicole Monet, DJ Trace, and Mr. T.
Y'all doing y'all thing.
Shout outs.
Y'all doing y'all things up here. And if anybody has Joey's number, call him and tell him that I'm talking about him on the air because they're definitely doing their thing, yo. I like the interviews they've been doing lately. I like the guests they've been doing lately. They've been bringing major people in, and it's a beautiful thing to me, man. It's a beautiful thing. And Al, once again, I want to say, yes, the picture was painted, and I guess you say black and white, but
it was black and white, and we colorized it.
Don't start the bug.
I got a big canvas with some oil paint, right?
No, but yo, all kidding aside, like
Yeah.
this podcast situation right now it's taking over the game.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
We're part of the game early, and it makes me feel good because we jumped into the game early.
Right.
And as you said, like you say all the time, there's other podcast stations out there. But for some reason, the vibe that we're having, the people are really attracting to us, and we're definitely becoming one of the hottest, I gotta say, one of the hottest podcasts, if not the hottest podcast show out here right now. As far as the Violators, Let's Be Clear, all the shows that's been down with us from day one, that's been rocking with us, I love all y'all to death, and I love the way that we're rocking. And the DJs, like I said, we talked about this a couple of weeks ago. All the DJs that's been up here.
Oh man, we done had the who's who of the DJ realm up here at iAccess Radio. Not just DJs, but guests just as well. Guests just as well. We've had everybody up here. You know.
But like I said, that's just another topic I want to talk about. There was another brother who I gotta give his props to. I watched Mike Son. He's been killing it lately. I've been watching Mike Son for the last couple of weeks. His interviews, what he's doing for the community. He's been really killing it out there too. And I watched an interview the other day with him and Akon.
Okay.
Al, it was crazy. Him and Akon's interview was about 6ix9ine. For some reason, Akon is backing up the stuff that allegedly that what 6ix9ine is putting out here in the street. Like a lot of people do not agree with what's going on, and I'm one of the people. I don't agree with what the man is doing out here in the street because the young people are following him. Right. He don't understand how he's a major voice out here, and he shouldn't be putting the negativity in the streets like he's doing, but he's doing it, and the young people are following him.
Right.
So Mike Son broke it down to the point where Yo, I respect him to another level right now. He broke it down to like, yo, you're a voice of the streets. Like, you can't be doing this, Akon. You can't be backing stuff like this. Like, you're a powerful young man out here. So once again, like I said, these interviews that you watch and you hear and you bring them to the radio station and you talk about them, it's a beautiful thing. That was a beautiful interview, and I watched it from the beginning to the end, and I'm gonna watch it again. Not just because I'm trying to learn. The things that he was saying was definitely so deep. So once again, I just want to say, Mike Sons, that was a beautiful interview, and I'm giving you all your props, and you're making a big statement, and you're making a big movement out here in the streets, and I just want to applaud you, bro. So I'm definitely got to applaud you on that. Biz Markie.
Talk to me.
Biz Markie allegedly is still recovering from the situation. He was sick a little bit. I don't know what the status of the sickness was, but I'm seeing the DJs posting basically that let's pray for Biz, and
right.
So if anybody has the updated status on what's going on with Biz, you can give us a call in and let us know what's going on, because he's definitely a brother.
Absolutely.
A major part of the game, and I just want to say, if anything that we can do for you here at iAccess Radio, let us know, and we're definitely a part of that. So I'm seeing that they're putting together a movie about the artists that you have worked with when you first started, Onyx.
Yep.
I was seeing some clips of some of the things that they was doing, and that's a beautiful thing too. They're talking about from where to start. So like I said, I hope you're mentioning everything and all.
Oh yeah. Matter of fact, one of the brothers that was down with us during the time when we was doing Onyx, Jay Garfield.
Okay.
He called me last week and he spoke to Fredro.
Okay.
And Fredro said we definitely gonna get together because they want to tell the truth.
Okay.
They want everybody to know the real story about Onyx and how they came to fruition and how they were really able to be successful, and the people that were truly behind them. Rest in peace, Steve Lowry. Rest in peace, Shallow Parker. Rest in peace, oh man, I forgot Fredro's cousin's name. He passed away too. But we just sending our condolences out to them and their family, because they were all a major part in what Onyx, how Onyx changed the game, really. So again, I recall us doing a 75-song demo tape and giving it to Jam Master Jay to listen to. Okay. Matter of fact, let me stop. First, we gave the demo to Run from Run DMC.
Okay.
And he was the one who told us about Jay having a label.
Okay.
And that's how we got through to Jay.
Okay.
So again, a lot of people are misinformed, thinking that Jam Master Jay founded them and grew the group, and no, the album was done.
Okay.
The album was done. The only thing that wasn't done on the album was Slam.
Okay.
And Shallow Parker, along with Onyx, produced that song.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So Throw Your Guns was done at Ralston Studio in Brooklyn. I remember the night that was done because I was the one who took the song to Russell Simmons, and he was like, yo, this is the single, we got to put this out now.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So again, there's a story behind everything, man. So again, we need to know who were the real players that helped that group to be catapulted to where they eventually got to a multi-platinum group who is well known today. They doing movies, they got businesses, they doing all types of stuff out there. And those still are my people, they still my family. Much love to Fredro, Sticky, Sonny C's, rest in peace to Big DS. Listen, Eat 'em Up, what's up, baby? There was a whole crew. So again, they're gonna talk about that in the movie. You're gonna find out who Onyx was. You okay?
Okay.
Right.
Another thing I want to discuss this morning. They've been doing like a lot of these little battles. The first one I seen.
The verses, yeah, they dope.
Yeah. This last one was Brandy
And
versus
Monica.
Monica.
Right.
I didn't get a chance to see that. Do you hear any feedback on that?
Well, the feedback that I got was Monica did her thing.
Monica?
Yes, they say, of course we hear Brandy. We know Brandy's a multi-platinum artist who has longevity. Her voice is phenomenal. She's got a bunch of hit records. But Monica was the sleeper.
Okay.
You know what I mean? And she came with fire. They said she did her thing. Again, I think it's great for the industry, so we get a chance to refamiliarize ourselves with these artists who we might have forgotten or put on the back burner. But you know, these people are still out there. They still exist. There's still even groups from the 70s and 60s that are still out there performing. And we need to know our history of music to let us know those people who opened the doors and paved the path for us to be able to do what we do today.
Okay. Speaking of, I'm glad you brought it up because one of the people that I see on here right now is my man Doug Oliver.
Doug out. What's up, Doug?
And Doug, oh man, Doug is the manager now of one of the older groups. I want to say, wow, I want to say Blue Magic. It's one of the older groups like that.
Okay.
But right now, what Doug does is he gives the concerts for the, you know, like the Blue Magic,
Right,
the
right. The old school
Delphonics,
classics, yeah.
Classics.
Right.
And it's a big situation. Like you said, you wouldn't even think that half of these groups are still, you know, performing. I mean, they've been revamped. You know, newer members came on that. But
Right.
the songs and the classic songs on that still are really still, really still hot. So, Doug, we got to get you up here because you're supposed to have been up here a long time ago, and talk about, you know, what's going on with you as far as that situation. I see that you're online. I want to thank you for tuning in, as well as we want to talk about. I want to talk about something that I heard about. It was a funny situation. I want to ask you about this. So, you know, every Sunday, what's that name?
Kurt Franklin? Yeah.
All right. So every Sunday he has this contest on the air, the best Sundays or something, and it started out
Sunday's Best.
Sunday's Best, okay.
Right, that's on BET.
Okay, so it started out with say about 15 artists, and it goes all the way down to the two, and then the two battles for the one for a recording contract with a major record label.
Right.
But I heard a minister say this. This is what I want to ask you about this. How can a minister be on the air and have people being eliminated singing the Lord's songs for money and a contract? That's not right. I need you to elaborate on that one.
So
this
again,
is so deep right here.
So the word says that we are all worthy of our hire. That means that there's some times that you should be paid for what you do, your expertise, okay? See, again, my problem with us as a people, we have a bad habit of judging before we really understand and know the word, okay? God didn't put us on this earth to be ministers or preachers and things of that nature and to be poor, okay? Yeah, there's some out there that are taking advantage of the congregation, and they got more than what they really need, and they're not taking care of the congregation. The Lord's going to deal with them. But here's the thing. We all got families, right? So if God tells me my job is a preacher and I'm going to go out here and minister to people, right? How am I supposed to take care of my family if I don't get paid to do it?
Okay.
Right?
Wait now, whoa.
Right?
I'm listening to what you're saying.
Okay,
now,
so
man.
I'm gonna go to your question.
Don't hit a nerve now.
No, I'm not gonna hit a nerve. I'm not gonna hit a nerve.
All right,
So here, this show itself is probably owned by the bigger conglomerate, which is on BET, right? So of course they find these gospel artists, because Donnie McClurkin was on there one time. They had
Kelly Price is on there now.
Okay. What's her name? Sister from Atlanta with the beautiful voice. Tall sister, I forget her name. She was on there one time. They've had so many people coming in and out of these shows, but now Kirk Franklin is on there, okay? Of course, their opinions and who they pick to win the contest and whatnot, it's all a part of the dynamic of that show. So it's really not about a spiritual or a Christian thing. It's about the talent. So again, we got people.
Okay, but you're running away from what I'm saying. What I'm saying to you is, how can you have a show on the air singing gospel songs, going for money, and the Lord's blessing you? He's blessing you already because you're able to sing like that. So you're saying because what did you say about the part about the
show is a contest.
Right.
So what does a contest consist of?
But you're talking about the Lord's song.
It doesn't.
Lord's word.
Listen. You can go to a club right now and hear songs like Praise playing in the club, any club.
Okay.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
Does that make it still not the Lord's song? See, here's the thing. That's what I'm talking about. People got to stop judging. When Christ came, Christ didn't go to the big mansions, to those who had money. He didn't go to the Pharisees. He went to those who were broken, those who were in need, those who were dealing with stuff, to give them the word and preach the gospel to them so that they can grow, right? Mm-hmm. So those were the people who are in the clubs. Those are the people who are out there smoking dope. Those are the people who are taking drugs, selling drugs, all of those people, right? There's a parable about the tax collector. They're asking, how can Christ go sit and break bread and have a meal at the tax collector's house, and he's taking taxes from all the people, keeping them downtrodden.
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
But yet it's about touching that man's spirit to change his heart and transform his mind, okay, so that he can see what the good Lord has for him, so he can stop doing that to people, right? You got a lot of people that come on these shows that don't have real talent, right? But they have an opportunity for the world to see them, which in one voice, okay, they're being blessed because now the world knows who you are. So anything after that, you have an opportunity to make money.
Okay.
So a lot of these people that come on these shows, even what was the other show with Simon Cowell and them? They had that guy from Asia that did that Gundam style song. Remember, he wasn't a real singer, right? But look how big he got behind that, right? So again, if we look at blessings, blessings come in all shapes and forms, right? Okay, and God's grace, right, comes without sin. So you could be a sinner and God could still bless you.
Okay.
Amen. So again, we got to stop judging, okay, and look at the side that God has given us. He's given us a vessel in human form, right? And now we're able to commune with each other, to network with each other, to have contests and shows of that nature, so we can come together as a people to try to help each other out.
Okay.
You see, everybody's not going to win. But there has to be a reward at the end.
Okay.
And see, the word also says that what we do in the dark, God, if we do things right in the dark, God can reward us openly.
Okay.
So in order for his word to meet the promise, right? How can these people be blessed in the open if he don't allow it to happen?
Okay.
Right?
Okay. When the lady said that to me, she said, do you feel some type of way about Kirk Franklin on the air having a contest for gospel songs, and as Christians, people sit back and watch that and say that that's wrong? So I said, well, let me bring this to the show and ask the show what they feel about that.
So can I help her? The first things you got to look is the title of the show. The title of the show is Sunday's Best.
Sunday's Best.
Right? So if we go around the country and we take all the top singers that sing in church on Sunday, right? The best of the best, and we put them in a contest, we got to pick one of them to be at the top.
Okay.
Right? How do we do that? We have to offer them something.
Okay. Okay.
We got to offer them something.
Okay.
People not going to leave their jobs and come out for 6 to 8 weeks to do a show, and they ain't able to pay their rent.
Okay.
Right?
Okay, so now let's talk about, I don't know if you into sports like this, but something happened this week that a lot of people took offense to. We have a lot of assistant great coaches out here. I'm going to name a couple right now. We have people like Lou. He's assistant coach out there with the Clippers. We have Sam Cassell. He's an assistant coach with the Clippers. We have Nate McMillan, who just got fired from the Pacers. We got Mark Jackson, who just got who's been banned for a little bit. They saying allegedly. We have Patrick Ewing. We have people like Rod Strickland, coaches who put their time in. So the Brooklyn Nets this week decided to go with a coach who had no history of coaching, and he's allegedly he's a friend of the owner. He's an NBA, or he used to play NBA, Steve Nash. So there was a lot of backlash about that this week. A lot of people had a lot of say-so to say about that this week. One of the people that I watch every week, every day, is Stephen A. Smith. He done real hard about it. Charles Barkley said something. Shaq said something. So the point I'm trying to bring up right now is, a lot of people are making moves these days. Okay, so they're basically saying that the move that was made this week was allegedly made because of a friendship. Okay, it was allegedly made because of a friendship.
Okay.
Business-wise, do you think that's right? Business-wise.
Well, here's the thing. There's relationship processes that go on in sports, and then there's talent processes that go on in sports, right?
Okay.
So we have time that we might say, okay, this guy has a talent,
Okay.
but don't have the intellect, right? And don't have the finances to be able to do what we need him to do.
Okay. Okay.
So what we do, we get some sponsorships for him, right?
Okay.
Academically and financially, right?
Okay.
Because at the end of the day, there's a reward for us. So now we bring him in on a pro level after we've trained him up
Okay.
in the way he should go, right? And now we're expecting something back.
Okay.
That expectation is a Super Bowl ring, right? A major league pennant, right?
Okay. Okay.
Okay. An NBA championship.
Okay.
Okay. Is that wrong for us to do that?
I mean, me being an NBA fan and watching these coaches that I felt should have had a chance to do that, I just felt like it was the wrong move to make. I'm not an owner of an NBA team, so I can't say what, or how it's supposed to be. But I mean, when you have so much different talent out here that's waiting for their turn, and then somebody just comes along who hasn't even put in any type of work, people take offense to that. And right now, with this racism going on, that's the way they pushed it. They pushed it because of, you're talking about a Brooklyn basketball team with 5 black qualified coaches that was overlooked for a white man who has no coach experience. Me, I love Steve Nash as a player. He was a great player. Great player. I loved him as a player. Let's see how he does as a coach. I say let's give him a chance. You have to give a person a chance before you knock him down.
Absolutely.
So my thing is, I see both sides of the coin. He was a very good player. He was a very good teacher, tutor, learner. He taught the game very well. But he didn't teach it on a level where these young men didn't have a chance to show their skills as far as being a coach.
So here's the thing. Let me ask this question. Those 5 individual candidates, right? Do any of them have NBA championship?
Yes.
How many?
1, 2 of them does.
Okay.
Sam
how many
Cassell,
does Nash? Okay. How many does Nash have?
No. I'm talking about as coaches now.
That's what I'm talking about.
Sam Cassell has none.
Okay.
I'm sorry. The coach that they picked, Steve Nash, he has none.
He has none. Okay.
Two of the 5 have championship rings that they coached.
Okay.
That's what I'm saying.
So when the voting process came in, right, what was the thing that brought out the elimination of the 5 people?
We don't know.
Okay.
We don't
see, that's
know.
where we need to go. See,
we don't know.
Here's the thing, and I'm gonna say this just to be all fair, okay? Because certain times we look at people and say, yeah, they're qualified, and then somebody else comes and wipe them out. But then again, what was the criteria, right? It's just like for us. Let's say we want to bring in a new engineer. We know a few engineers, right, that are good at what they do, but they're not here because they're unreliable. So they come back to the table, and you say to me, well, such and such been doing this for a long time. He's dope. He know how to do the video, blah, blah, blah. This one knows that, blah, blah. But then I got somebody over here who hasn't had a chance to work with us, but he has all the skills, the wherewithal to do it. Why not take a chance on that person than to deal with the people that
I
I
get what
already
you're saying.
know?
Like I said,
I know what I'm gonna get.
I'm not knocking the situation. I mean, I'm just showing you how the people look at the situation is.
But again, like I said, here's the problem with us as people. Again, we have to stop judging those before we get all the information.
Okay.
Once we get all the information and we know what the criteria is, what the process of elimination is going to be, and how they're going to put that together, then we can speak about, not judge, but speak about why these individuals didn't get it. Okay? But if we don't have the information, then we need to step back and say, okay, let's see what they're going to do with this individual and see his purpose in the organization to see if he's going to be effective the way they need him to be effective.
Okay. Now, I gotta get to my Love Doctor situation.
Love Doctor, go ahead.
Yeah, I got a couple of Love
Can
Doctor
I pray
questions.
for you first?
I'm not using myself today. We're not doing that. All right, Al, so one of the Love Doctor questions, this happened this week. A young man came to me. He said, Love Doctor, I'm interested in a young lady. Now listen to this now. And all you ladies out there, I need y'all to listen to this too. Okay, so he said he was interested in a young lady.
Okay.
Right. 30 years ago. You with me?
30 years ago.
Listen to what's going on.
All right. I heard that. So that's one of the facts I need to write down. 30.
Write this down.
Okay.
30 years ago,
30, got that.
He was interested in a young lady. Right? He shot his shot. He got shot down.
Okay. Strike
30
one.
years ago.
30.
Ladies, get with me on this. 30 years ago, a man shot his shot at a young lady. She shot him down.
All right, no problem.
You with me? 30 years go by, something called Facebook was invented.
Got you.
A friend of a friend hooked them back up on Facebook. Oh, guess who's on here? They haven't seen each other in 30 years. They start talking again on the phone. Hey, how you doing? So he asked me, was one of the first problems that he should have done was, should he have not brought up what happened 30 years ago? Wait a minute now, I'm gonna let you get to the whole situation. They talked about what happened. He felt like they didn't hash out the way he wanted it to come out because she acts like 30 years ago was so long she don't remember what happened back then. Let's move on. They start talking. One of the first things he tells the young lady is he does not want a relationship.
Okay.
Wait a minute now. He said he does not want a relationship. We can be cool, we can go out, we can do this, we can do that. But as far as a relationship, the last couple of relationships that he was in was bad relationships. So right now, he's against being in a relationship. He said, but if we hang out, we talk, and something falls into place, let it fall into place.
Okay, I got you.
Okay, so now here we go. This is the part of this is when I gotta let you answer the questions. She agreed upon this, but she still caught feelings within a couple of weeks. They start hanging.
Okay.
They haven't seen each other yet now.
Right.
Talking on the phone, conversation's been great. They've been having fun, boom, boom, boom. But he specifically told the young lady he doesn't want a relationship. Okay, they got to the sexual part. This is the part that got to me. He said on the phone, they got to the part where they start talking about what would happen if they slept together. Would that change things? Okay, here we go again. But before they did that, he explained to her that he didn't want a relationship. Right. They talked. They needed a third opinion. Guess what they called?
Big Rich the ruler.
They called
the love doctor.
Okay. I step in and I give my opinion.
Okay.
So my opinion was, if you tell me from the door what you want, he's telling her from the door he doesn't want a relationship. But if you let something happen sexually, is that his fault? She's saying if something happens between them sexually, then that's a relationship. But he explained to you from the door that he didn't want that. Now they haven't seen each other yet. They got to the point where they're about to see each other, right? They're about to see each other. He said he knows once they get together, that it could be a physical situation because of how they're talking, how things are going. But he still explains to the young lady he doesn't want a relationship. Who's right? Who's wrong? That's one thing. That's one thing. The second thing is, there's a young lady that's on here right now. Oh shit! I'm about to jump in the water. Right?
Don't do it. Why don't we handle the first one first, and then we?
Because I don't want this person to come offline. So, all right, let that guy. Let's handle that one first, and then we'll come on.
So it's real simple.
It's
real
not simple.
It's real simple.
It can't be
yes,
that simple.
I'm gonna show you how simple it is. I'm gonna show you how simple it is because at the
Let
end
me put
of
this
the day,
over there to you, so they can say you said this because I'm saying it's not simple.
It's simple, and here's why it's simple. If he's telling the young lady that he doesn't want to have a relationship, then he has to discipline himself. See, some things come through fasting and praying, right? And he must discipline himself not to put himself in a situation that they wind up doing something sexual because she's already told him that if it
No, he told her.
Right, well, so either way, if it falls into a sexual thing, then her interpretation of that is that as a relationship. Okay, so he must say, then I must not put myself in a situation with her that would have her thinking or could make her misconstrue what we're doing to believe that it's a relationship. And the only way for him to do that is to not be sexually involved with her. Period. No and if and buts about it. Yeah, they could go out and eat, have dinner, platonic, keep the relationship platonic, talk, build a friendship. But as far as the sexual thing and the intimacy, you stay away from it. If you don't want to have a relationship, it is really that simple.
Okay.
It is really that simple.
Back to the love doctor. Bullshit. It ain't that simple. Bullshit. It ain't that simple.
You can't ask me no questions, Rich.
No,
and then I give you the unadulterated truth. Listen, man.
I'm taking your answer.
Listen. This the problem with us is that we have a human nature, right?
Okay.
And the flesh is always weak.
Okay.
Right? And once we fall into those things and we didn't want it, we have regrets.
Okay.
And when those regrets come through, that means that somebody's going to get hurt. Somebody's feelings going to come into play. Somebody's going to get hurt. So to avoid that, so that you don't have to deal with that, you have to stay away from it. You have to discipline your body. You have to go into prayer and fasting and say, God, help me with this thing right now so I don't wind up in a situation that I'm going to regret. Period.
Okay. So
simple, Rich.
Okay. It's for some reason you're saying that simple. When we talked about it, we talked about it on the three-way. She was like, I understand what y'all saying. But see, she feels that he's holding the way she explained it to me, she feels like he's holding back because of something that happened 30 years ago.
But here's the thing, and see, that's why honesty is important, because the truth hurts. So here he's telling her that he doesn't want to get involved and have a relationship because of his past relationships. And if she's going to be a friend to him, then she needs to be a true friend and say, I understand and I'll rock with you from a friendship perspective so I can understand what you're dealing with.
Okay.
Not having the expectation of, well, you're holding back from me, that means we can never move forward, which is not the case.
Okay.
They can move forward in friendship and be the best of friends.
Okay.
Right? If she allows it.
Okay.
But see, she can't allow it because in the back of her mind, she's looking for a relationship.
And that's this is where it got ugly between us. Because when he said it to me, I said, but he's making it very clear. He's making it very clear to you that he does not want a relationship. So if anything happens sexually or anything like that, and he's telling you from the door, then that's your fault. And she's saying, Rich, you're being one-sided. You're being like you're stepping up for the male. I said, no, this is where we couldn't get it together. Because I'm telling you that this man he said from the door, he didn't want a relationship. He done been through some bad relationships. He don't want a relationship. So how is she going to hold him accountable if they get to a physical part?
So here's the thing. So we have two differences of opinions, right? She wants to have a relationship with him with not just a friendship level, but she wants something more intimate.
Okay.
Because she's letting that be known.
Mm-hmm.
And here he's saying, well, I like her, she could be a good friend, we could go out, this, that, but I don't want a relationship. But if something happens, I'll take that. right?
Right.
So they both have to be accountable for their own action. It's about responsibility and accountability.
I understand.
Okay, so it's not about understanding. So they cannot say in one breath that, okay, yeah, we could be friends, but they allow something else to happen, and then they both on a disappointment street because they didn't get everything that they feel they deserve.
Okay.
So here's my thing, and I really don't want to say this. They just need to keep their relationship on Facebook and call it a day.
That's it?
Yeah.
All
Don't
right.
meet, don't go out, don't hang out, because if y'all know that's going to wind up being something else, then there's going to be a price to pay.
Okay.
You know, and the problem with that is, see, when people go through things, they suffer in pain. Their emotions become involved. And see, you can't take that back once it's done. Now, the person could turn around and say to him, you've hurt me. Does he want that burden on his shoulder? Because that's something he got to carry with him now. That's something he got to be concerned about, right? And now when I talk to her, what am I going to get from her? Is she going to be disappointed? Is she going to be angry with me? Or is she going to be arguing with me about what I did to her?
Okay. Okay.
So responsibility and accountability has to come into play.
Okay. That's one situation.
Okay, we listening.
The next situation was a young lady who explained to me, and this is crazy. She's saying that most women these days, now this is a woman's perspective of the situation. A woman said to me, most women these days are too independent right now to be in a relationship. They rather be able to, be with you when it's okay, be with you when it's good. So women these days are more women don't want to be in a relationship, right?
Right.
Okay. So this young lady and this another young man became friends on that damn Facebook.
Listen, for the record, I never liked Facebook.
Okay.
Facebook, although it's meant for good,
Hey V.
has been a detriment to a lot of people out there.
Okay, so let's get to this. So this young lady and this young man became friends on Facebook.
Got you.
As weeks went on, they realized that they had a friend. They both knew a friend in common.
Right, got you.
So one of the people, the guy in the situation, found out that this guy slept with this girl.
Oh boy, here we go.
The common friend is close with the male.
Okay.
The female slept with this guy, say 10 years ago.
Okay.
The common friend. The common friend came to me and said, I can't do this because of the friendship with the friend. The guy.
Okay.
She said, that was 10 years ago. What are you talking about? Life moved on. He moved on. This, and this. So he came to me and said, Rich, I explained to her that I can't do this because of the friendship that I have with the other person.
Right.
As the woman, she's saying, that's a punk excuse. My situation, when they asked me for my opinion as a love doctor,
Right.
I understood what he was saying, but then I understand what she's saying. I understand what he's saying because sometimes loyalty is royalty. He's loyal to his friend.
Right.
But I understand what she's saying because it was so long ago, and they all moved on. So I couldn't give an answer for that one because I understood both sides of the game. As I start talking to the girl more and more, because then me and the girl start talking, I understand her point. Like, that was years ago, we moved on, but he don't moved on. I don't think he's married like that, but I'm explaining to her that I understand his point because, the loyalty is royalty, but I understand her part because it was so long. So she and him want to get in a relationship, but what's holding them up is this loyalty or royalty part of the game. Where should we go with this?
So here. I'm gonna spill some of the beans.
Oh no, we don't spill beans at our action.
Listen. I have to
do it.
I have to.
It done came back on me. Don't do it.
I have to.
Al, don't do it.
Here's the thing.
All right.
And see, he's saying, you know, that's his man, and his man was with her, this, that, and the third. And like she said, it's been a long time, and that has been done and over with. But here's the thing about sometimes us men who don't have a strong will and a strong perception of how things are looked to us. Every time, just say they do get together, and that's his people, every time they go out, right? And let's say he sees her out with them, they embrace, oh, how you doing? I ain't seen you in years. They started kicking it. In the back of that brother's mind, he's wondering whether they're going to try to get back together.
No,
why? Hold on, let me finish.
Wait, we got me lost. That's why I got to stop.
Okay.
Let's go back. Hold on. What you saying? You lost me.
So let's say that's supposed to be his people. So
Right.
you know eventually when they go out,
Right.
they're going to see his man.
Okay.
Right?
Right.
Okay, so when they see his man, of course, he's going to greet that woman. Whether he hugs her, whatever, how you doing, long time, blah, blah, blah. They might have a little conversation. So now dude is on the side, in the back of his mind, is saying, oh, what they up to.
Okay, so let me ask you a question.
Right?
So I tell everybody on my show, I speak from experience.
Right.
So are you speaking from experience right now?
Of course.
All right, so tell me, all right, so let's break it down in
Of course.
with the terms where I understand. Because I'm going to break one down, you break one down. So you want to break it down first, or I'll break mine down first?
You break yours down first.
Okay. So when I heard the situation, once again, it was a guy and a girl met on Facebook. Right? They met on Facebook. Couple of weeks went by, they're getting to know each other.
Right.
They realize they have a common friend. Right? The common friend is closer to the guy than the girl.
Right.
When he realized the common friend slept with this girl,
Right.
he said he wasn't able to do it.
Right.
I can't get with you now because you slept with my man.
Right.
She said that was over 10 years ago. Why are you worried about that? Leave that alone. That's in the past. That's the past. He said that it was something that he just couldn't deal with. Like he couldn't deal with it. All right? Now let's go with me. Me. I had a situation like that.
Okay.
I had a situation where a young lady I met and a cousin of mine used to date.
Oh boy.
I didn't know that they used to date. So we start getting close and we start, boom, boom, boom. Come to find out, she used to date my cousin. Now we didn't sleep together or anything like that. It was easy for me to be able to walk away, right? But she kept saying to me, Rich, why you want to walk away when it was something that happened over 10 years ago? We could get together. So she wanted to go to my cousin and say, well, let's feel what he said. I said, I ain't doing that because I know my cousin's emotional. He would take that to heart.
Right.
So I decided not to get into that relationship.
Right.
I decided, no, I can't do this because that's my cousin, boom, boom, boom. Now, she made a comment that's true. She said, your cousin wouldn't have gave a damn. He'd have got with me, vice versa. I said, but we're talking about me.
Right.
I couldn't do it.
Right.
Okay, so that was my situation. I could have got with her. I didn't get with her because she used to go with my cousin.
Right.
Okay.
So my thing is this: you have
got a lot of writing up there, Al.
Yeah. You got to start reading some of those comments. I'm reading the comments. We got to get back to those people because they're saying some deep stuff.
Okay.
So let's
Who you gonna
who's
do?
that? V.
That's V.
V Web. She says, "Damn, if men could only be as loyal to their women as they are to their boys, relationships would be more desiring." Okay.
Okay.
So again,
Sharon, go ahead. What she said?
Sharon says, Big Rich, hello, give me the number so Auntie can call you.
Whoa, Auntie. Not today, Auntie.
I'll give her the number. The number is 347-708-0216. That's 347-708-0216. Okay? So listen, man. I grew up in those streets, right? And there's a lot of brothers out there that are loyal. Then there's a lot of brothers out there, man, who don't care a 2 cents about you. Okay? In the 70s, there was this song out by the OJs called Backstabbers.
Right.
And it talked about how other dudes would look at your woman and you didn't feel comfortable about them being around your women because you knew what they were capable of.
Right.
Okay? A lot of us have that spirit embedded in us. Okay? So if we know that a woman's been with somebody, okay, and now that she's with you, and we know this dude is kind of spiteful, he do kind of slick stuff, I mean, he could come and try to hit on her. Is she gonna fall into it? We don't know. But the fact that you're with her now, okay, now you got to contend with him and jealousy, envy, whatever it may be. You know what I mean? Because dudes do crazy stuff, man.
You know, me, I gotta say this. Me, we're talking about me again.
But see, the world don't revolve around. This is a radio station, right? And we reach the masses. We talking about the majority and the things that people do out there. We can't individualize this thing and talk about us. We have to be concerned about everybody that's listening in, right? So like the lady is saying, if men will be as loyal to their women as they are to their boys, then relationships would be a whole lot better. And she's absolutely right.
I still, like I said, even now, me and that girl that I'm talking about with my cousin situation, to this day, I've never said anything to my cousin. I've never said anything to him, like.
And you didn't say nothing to him, and I'm gonna tell you why. Because number one, you didn't want to hurt his feelings because he mean a lot to you, right? And you gonna have to go back and forth with him about why you was dealing with this chick that you knew he had already been with.
Okay.
Charlotte is in the house. Love you, auntie. Okay. I'm gonna give a shout out to my cousin Sharon. She's on Facebook checking us out. Raleigh Taylor, what's up, bruh? Long time no see, no hear from. Marche, what's going on?
Brother Love.
Brother Love, what's going on? Sharon, what's going on? V Web, what's going on?
Who else?
Dee Dee, what's going on? Desiree, what's going on? Adrian, Michelle. Jerry Benson. Come on. A lot of us, everybody's listening. We love that. Lorraine Dandridge, what's going on? Tasha Childs. I can't see that. Miss Lee, what's going on, Miss Lee? Casper, what's going on? Deidre. Yvonne, what's up, baby? How you doing?
Okay, Cheryl Brown. Okay, Ty from the barbershop.
Ty Lake from the barbershop.
Cousin Cherry Cola.
Cherry Cola, what's going on, cuz?
Shelly Bell.
Cousin
Shell.
James Jones, what's going on? I see you watching.
Everybody's on today. But okay, Al, what I'm just saying is, my thing with relationships, yo, and I joke around a lot when I'm talking about, the love doctrine and all that stuff. But my things with relationships is, like even with my cousin, the only reason I haven't said anything to him, not because he would say no, don't do it, but that's how I was raised. Like, I can't do stuff like that. I can't do it. If I know that you slept with somebody and we close, I can't do it.
Right.
I can't.
So to me,
my team, they will tear her ass up. Yeah, my team.
See, but that's what I'm talking about. We know some brothers who don't give a darn, right?
Right.
Exactly. So again, you got to be mindful of stuff like that. You know what I mean? I grew up in an environment where well, my uncles and them used to tell me, you don't sleep with family. So if it's somebody that been around the family all your life, okay, you're not gonna sleep with them. Rosemarie, what's up? One single Rose is watching us. What's up, beautiful?
Yeah, and the fact of the other situation where when old boy told old girl Ingrid,
Ingrid Campbell, what's going on?
When you tell somebody, like we said, we done talked about this, we done closed that door, but what bothered me about the situation was that when another woman, because it got to the point where I supposed to have been the third person to get on the phone and clear this up, and it wasn't well enough. So let me call my girlfriend. So it was 4 of us on the phone, and the girls was on one. Yeah, it was the girls on. The girls was on one side, and we was on side. And the only thing I kept saying to her was, but he told you from the door. So if y'all slept together, if you tell me from the door, Rich, I don't want to be in a relationship with you. We can rock, we can do whatever we want to do, but we can't be in a relationship. And then as soon as we sleep together, you say, oh, we're in a relationship. You're going against everything that you're saying. That's the same thing with this dude, with this young lady, when she was saying, well, it's been 10 years since I slept with whoever I slept with.
Right.
you should be able to handle that.
Well, see, she can't do that. And see, this is what I mean about people judging other people, knowing what their emotional level is and what they're able to tolerate. Okay, so if he's telling her from the door, yo, I dig you, I would love to have a relationship with you, but you was with my people, I can't do it. She should be able to understand that and accept it from where he's coming from. Okay, again, it's about responsibility. So here's somebody being responsible because he knows how he's going to act later on if they do that.
That's what I'm saying.
Right?
I'm telling her, if he's responsible enough to tell you, if he's responsible enough to tell you that he don't want to be in a relationship. Anything happens, it happens. But I don't want to be in a relationship. And you take that and you don't run with what he's telling you from the door. And I'm explaining to her, that's your problem, that's your fault. She's saying, no, it's not. Because if we grow into a relationship, but he told you from the door he don't want a relationship.
Again, those who have ears, let them hear. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you can speak to somebody and they don't hear the truth in it. You know what I mean? So you got to be diligent in making sure that you do the right thing on your behalf. Because again, the moment that you try to appease that person, you're stepping into their realm. Now you're going against all what you believe in. Okay? And once you do that, there's going to be a problem.
Okay.
It's going to be a problem.
Okay. Al, this is the last question. We got 4 more minutes and we're getting off the air. Do you believe long distance relationships are lasting more than people being close? Do you believe that the divorce rate of our age group is higher now because of the independency of the women? Those are the last 2 questions I want to ask you. And the last thing I want to say is I need to come in here and put my diplomas up, my Love Doctor diploma, so people can see that I have a PhD in LOVE. I need to put it somewhere up in here so they can understand.
I got a spot for it.
Don't play with me,
I got a spot for it. Everybody can see it.
I'm a Love Doctor.
I got a spot for it. Everybody can see it.
All right, so the last 2 questions and then let's get off the air.
So,
long distance relationships.
long distance relationships are only possible, right, when the 2 individuals are so connected that no matter what happens, they're able to see all of this thing through together as partners, right? Now, as far as the divorce rate of what we've experienced in today's United States, we got to understand that the generation that's coming up, okay, a lot of their parents were single, right? So they don't understand what it is to have both parents in the house. They don't understand what marriage is supposed to look like. Okay, they don't understand how a couple is supposed to be together to raise the children and maintain that relationship for the betterment of the children. Okay, so if that's never shown to you, if you never experienced that, then when you become an adult, you're going to do what you see everybody else do. So of course you're not going to maintain a relationship, okay, because you think it's normal to be from one relationship to the next, to the next, to the next, right? Just like with me, I'm going to give you a perfect example.
With you?
Just like with me. I'm going to show you something, man. And I'm going to say this from the heart.
Whoa.
Me growing up, right, as a young man, I grew up in Harlem. I moved upstate for a little while. I come from a big family, a big community. And majority of the men that I met in my life, right, whether they were married or whether they were in a relationship, always had a woman on the side. And me as a young man being groomed by these individuals, them mentoring me, right? You know what my mindset is as I grow up?
To have a woman on the side.
There you go. There you go. There you go.
Well,
does that make it right? No, I'm not saying it makes it right.
Well,
But what I'm saying is that when you raise up a child and you instill things in a child, that's what they learn. That's that learned behavior. That's what they're going to practice when they become an adult.
Okay, well, me, I got to say it differently. That's why I like talking to you, because we always talk differently. As a young man,
right,
and Aunt Sharon is on the phone, I mean, she's on the line, and she will tell you. Growing up, I started, my father passed away in 87. So in 87, I took over my co-op that I'm in co-op.
Right.
And at that age, A lot of people my age didn't have, we was, still living at home with their parents and all that stuff.
Right.
But I was fortunate to have my own apartment from back then, 87.
Right.
Graduated 84, so 3-year difference, I had my own apartment, right?
Mm-hmm.
I was never the one to have many girlfriends at one time. A chick on the side at one time.
Right.
I was dealing with you, I was dealing with you. I lived with people, so and that's who I was dealing with. So I understand what you're saying, but me, I was always cut from a different cloth. I never had many chicks on the side or a side chick. I tried to not do that. I lived with 2 girls in my life, and both of them are on the line right now. I lived with 2 women in my life, and both of them can tell you right now, they can call and tell you that I never did anything to the point where they felt like I was cheating or anything like that, because I just didn't do that. As I got older and I started hanging with my boys, and I wasn't in relationships, then it was okay to do that.
Right.
But I understand what you're saying.
So let me ask you this, Rich.
Don't do that. Don't put me on the spot.
No, because I want because a lot of brothers out there need help in that lane, right? So what was the thing in your spirit that kept you from feeling like you had to do what everybody else was doing? You decided that, no, I'm not doing that. What is the thing that kept you to the point where you said, that's something I'm not going to do in life?
I just felt like, okay, so like I said, I only lived with 2 women in my life. Both of them women, I loved them to the door. I loved them to the door. So I couldn't see myself cheating on them like that.
Right.
I just couldn't see myself doing it. Like, now, did they do it to me? That's different. But me, I just couldn't see myself cheating on somebody who I live with, who I got to come home to and be with them. But then after, like I said, after the second person I lived with, and then I decided, I'm not gonna live with nobody else no more, and I'm just gonna do me right now. I did me for a long time, So that's why I want to say, when it comes to relationships, to this day, I don't do that. I don't cheat. I just can't do that. That's just not built. I'm not like that. When I'm in a relationship, I'm in that relationship. And like I said, one of the people that's on the line, who's a very good friend of mine, and we talk a lot, and we have many deep conversations with Ingrid. Me and Ingrid, I know Ingrid since 1980. We went to junior high school together.
Okay.
We grew up together, and we have conversations, and like I tell you, it just was never in me. We talked about a lot of different things, and she would tell you, she could be one of the people that tell you that I just never been the one. I'm like, I don't do that. That's just never. Aunt Sharon's on the line. She'll be another person that can tell you.
Right.
I went with Aunt Sharon's niece for many years, and it was never a point of cheating. It was never the point of cheating. Well, not on my behalf. I can't say on other behalf. Okay, but let's get off this. So we gotta get off the air. I just gotta say one more thing. So today, a lot of people know that a year ago, a little bit over a year ago, I lost a friend of mine on a motorcycle. And I'm in a motorcycle club, and from that day on, after I lost my friend, I had the fear of riding again. I didn't want to ride anymore.
Oh, okay.
I stopped riding. I put it down. I'm still in my club, and they still honor me. Chris.
Right.
So today, a friend of mine from up top, they have some guys, and they're going to Atlantic City. They knew about my situation of the fear of riding, so they was like, yo, Rich, we're gonna get you over this fear. Do I miss riding? Yes. So one of my friends have an extra bike, bigger bike, and I'm getting over my fear. Today I'm going home, I'm changing up, and we're riding out to Atlantic City. We're coming back tomorrow, and they want me to get over my fear of riding.
Okay.
And like I said, I want to get back out there and get back on the twos, because it's been a long time. Chris Ali, we talk. Jerry the mayor, we all talk, and they all tell me, Rich, you got to get over that fear. So today will be the first time that I have been on a bike in over a year. We're riding to Atlantic City.
Okay.
We're going to be out there overnight. We're coming back tomorrow night for a situation of a motorcycle team out there. And I just want to say, Lord, I'm praying that that fear don't overdo me, because it's been so long. Because it's just been so long.
So here's one thing. I'm gonna be praying your strength. We don't serve a God of fear, so all those things that the devil wants you to believe that you can't overcome, he's going to be at you and tempting you on it. But know that we serve an awesome God, and that He's always going to be with you. He's never going to leave you nor forsake you, okay? He's going to make sure that he keeps his loving arms around you, okay? All you have to do is talk to him, reach out to him, keep him in your heart, and he's going to protect you. He's going to dispatch his angels around you to protect you. So you're going to be good. I pray for you. So the prayers of the righteous availeth much. So again, I'm praying. There's other people that's praying. You got family members that's gonna be praying for you. So you're gonna be good. You're gonna be good. What's up, nephew? I see you, champ. Love you, man.
All right, so let's get over this and let's get up out of here. Let's get ready for the next show, The Violators, Love Them to Death. And thank you for another great show. We didn't play no music today, yo.
Well, we're gonna end with a couple of songs,
All
man.
right, well, you go ahead and do what you got to do.
Right.
I just want to say, once again, we don't got to say a prayer because you just said a prayer for me just now.
Right,
so,
right.
We just want to end the show. I just want to say I got to get up there because I'll be back by 3:30. And
let me ask you something, man. How come you never hang out with me here all day, man? I be here to the wee hours of the night, man. We supposed to be partners, man. You never hang out with me, man.
Okay, well,
I got a problem with that, Rich.
I'm glad that you said that. I'm so glad that I'm.
I'm just joking.
No. Let me tell you why. I'm glad you put me in the spot.
Hey, Veronica, what's going on? I see
I'm
you.
gonna put you on the spot. So, when I off the record, I put in for a couple of days. And I
No, we're not doing that here. We're not doing that here, man. I'm out.
Yeah, I'll be with you next week. Cause I put in for it.
That's you funny.
Yeah, I put in for a couple of days. So next week I'll be with you here all week. Okay? Yeah.
No, you can hear yourself, but you're not on.
That's just the way